What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the LTQ Wrestling Podcast. WrestleMania week is officially over, the biggest weekend of the year for professional wrestling fans. We had an AEW pay-per-view, we have a TNA pay-per-view, we had meet and greets, and we had the two-night extravaganza, as my uncle always likes to say, WrestleMania 42. So, QJ, the show's over. How we feeling?
Man, show was over. Disappointments. I'll say that. What about you?
Yeah, there was some good and bad. I know some of y'all on TikTok were calling me a negative a-hole for clout and all this other stuff. I was arguing with a lot of people on there today. I'm not saying it was any of y'all watching, but I was apparently being negative for content, quote unquote. So I'll try to be very equal in this if I can be. So night one, which to me was the worst night of these two nights, just very short matches, but we'll get into all of this. The first match kicks it off. We got iShow Speed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory of the Vision against the Usos and LA Knight. Yeah. I mean, an interesting match to kick it off with. I know they want to get fans seeing Speed right off the bat, so they stay tuned in. They want to see him. Excuse me. And they didn't really do too bad in this match. I mean, it was a short match, maybe 7 minutes. They didn't do a whole lot. I think it was more just about getting Speed his moment to get people talking. Pretty much, Speed accidentally knocks out Logan Paul. They get into it. Austin Theory saying, "What are you doing? Why did you attack him?" And then pretty much they knock out Austin Theory, pin him. And Logan Paul attacks Speed after the match. The Usos and LA Knight attack him. They put him on the announce table, and Speed gets on the turnbuckle pole, dives, and takes out Logan Paul for his viral moment, like Logan Paul has done numerous times for his social media. And then Speed stands tall to end night one, or to start night one, excuse me. So, QJ, I know you missed a little bit of this match. I know you probably saw a lot of people talking about Speed. Were you impressed with his dive? Is there anything particular you liked or disliked about this match that you've seen?
Just just the time, and Speed had a good moment right there. He did post it on his YouTube and stuff like that. Shorts. Got some good height on that. Jumping from that top rope. Other than that, I mean, just time. You know what I mean? It's WrestleMania. We gotta see him perform, man.
Yeah, the timing just got cut throughout this whole entire show. It just felt like just constantly just this match was short. This match was short. We're getting a lot of that as we keep going. But I mean, this match was just kind of just a filler match. I mean, it was on the show. Something for all six of these guys to do. I know the Visions had a lot of injuries with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and that kind of messed up everything that was going to go on. There was rumors about maybe Logan Paul and Seth Rollins having a match. That didn't happen. I'm a big fan of Austin Theory. I'm glad to see him doing something. I know there's fans out there who don't like Austin Theory. They don't think he has no charisma. The guy can work. He's a good heel. He's a good hand to have around. He's still young, so hopefully he continues to just be put in good situations. Logan Paul's a full-timer now. We all know how good he is in the ring. The Usos, I know they get a lot of criticism, but they were a good hand in this match. And LA Knight, I mean, look, at this point, I don't have a lot of hope for LA Knight. This was just something for him to do, I guess. So, next match, Jacob Fatu against Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. This has been one of the big rivalries on SmackDown. It's been going on for a while. Two big guys beating the hell out of each other. And if I'm being honest, this match was a little bit of a disappointment for me. Not that they didn't work hard. Both these guys can work their asses off. I'm not saying they didn't try. It just didn't feel like an unsanctioned match. Like, it feels like a no DQ WWE style match. They used a few weapons, and that was pretty much it. I mean, it wasn't really how you thought it would be, in my opinion. I mean, both these guys were beating each other up outside the ring on SmackDown. They had that spot where they both fell off a truck or whatever, and then they have this match that's just like, to me, kind of a letdown. It just didn't feel like an unsanctioned match. Jacob Fatu gets the win here, which was needed. Drew McIntyre is taking a little bit of a break to go film a TV show, I believe. So, QJ, what were your overall thoughts on Jacob Fatu and Drew and the winner of this match?
When I was happy with Jacob Fatu. Yeah, this is an unsanctioned match, so you expect more would be done. A lot more spots to be in play. I don't know. Just felt like they just got a little something. And that's it. Um, you expect to see more of a all out, but when the time, not much time, just have to just speed things up. But it's like I don't know. They feel like no unsanctioned match compared to matches we watched in the past. So yeah,
Yeah, like I'm not expecting like an AEW unsanctioned match because like Moxley, I'd be having those where he just does crazy stuff. But like, I mean, they didn't even really go outside the ring. They didn't fight in the back. They didn't really do anything. And Jacob Fatu, if you saw a lot of him on the Indies, he's crazy when he wants to be, and it just feels like WWE is just not really letting him be that psycho Jacob Fatu that he was on the Indies. You know, when he first got to WWE, and I kind of got to agree with a lot of fans. I'm not sure if you think this, QJ, or a lot of other people think this, but it just feels like Jacob Fatu has lost a lot of his momentum since he took a break. He was so red hot for a while, and he had that dental work he had to get done. He was off TV for a while, and he comes back, and it's just I don't know. He ain't getting that same reaction. The crowd doesn't really seem as into him. I don't know what it is, but
definitely agree.
yeah, he's lost a little bit of I don't know what it is. But Jacob Fatu's a hell of a worker. Hopefully Drew gets a much needed break, comes back and has something go right. I mean, Drew's just had an up and down run here in WWE. He's had some obviously he won the championship. At least he did that against Cody, but not a very long reign. Didn't get a whole lot of time like the rest of the cards. So hopefully he comes back. And for Jacob Fatu, I don't really know what's next for him after Mania. Looks like he's still a baby face, which I kind of prefer him as a heel, but excuse me, we'll see. So next match, one of the positives of night one, we had a women's tag team title match. Nikki Bella and Brie Bella come out there. It's been rumored for weeks, about a week or two, that Nikki wasn't going to be able to compete. She messed up her ankle in a match on SmackDown. There was a report that came out the day before Paige is re-signed with WWE. She's coming back. It's a multi-year deal, so a lot of us kind of expected her to replace Nikki in this match. That was the report. Nikki comes out there and says, I had to make a phone call so Brie can still have a WrestleMania moment, all this other stuff. And Paige comes out there. It wasn't really a long match either. I think it was like 7 to 9 minutes, this women's tag title match. It wasn't a match I really cared about going to the show anyways, but it was cool to see Paige back. Her and Brie get the win. It was also Bliss and Charlotte, Lash and Nia, and Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, the other teams in this match. I mean, these ladies tried, but when you only get 7 to 9 minutes, there's only so much you can do in a match, especially with 8 women in the match. But it's cool to see Paige back. So, QJ, what do you think about Paige returning and her and Brie getting the win in this match?
Pretty good win. Paige making a return. Uh, Good to see it back. And yeah, like you said, a lot of women in this match, but oh man, just they got us just giving more time because we know how these women can perform. So, and usually the women matches be better than the men. Usually women be getting more time than the men. But yeah, good win though.
Yeah, it wasn't the case tonight with the first night with the women getting a lot of time because this match didn't get a lot of time, and this next match got like 7 or 8 minutes, which is just ridiculous because it's been one of the feuds they've been building up for a while. Becky Lynch against AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch ends up getting the win here. She wins back the title, which had a lot of fans upset. All the Becky Hogan fans come back out, and this match is just not a fun match to watch. It was just not enough time. And I know some fans don't like AJ Lee as a wrestler. She came from the Divas era, and they don't really think she belongs here and all that. Maybe she's taking a break after this. It sounds like she is based off her interview after the match. She said, I'll probably see you guys again soon. So it's probably her last match for a minute. Part of me thinks maybe AJ Lee regrets even coming back. It's just not really been the most eventful run for her. And it kind of shows like sometimes fans really want somebody back, but it all depends on era, right? Because AJ Lee was in an era where wrestling wasn't priority. And she was great in that era. She was one of the top women of that time period. And there have been women like Nikki Bella and Brie Bella and Trish Stratus who have came back from a different era and have done well. That's not going to be every male or female wrestler because every era is different. The style of wrestling, the stuff they did. But Becky Lynch gets the win here. I'm guessing it's because AJ Lee's taking a break. So QJ, what do you think about this short match and Becky Lynch getting the win here?
Uh, Match could have been definitely better. Like we gonna keep saying, the match is the time. And yeah, AJ Lee, she's not a bad wrestler, but like you said, the diva time, she was on the top. But come on, this is for the title, man. Title on the line. Matches should be no excuse. Need to be 15 minutes and up. and we just gotta do better with that. Because it's like once we was watching it, you saw like once they start attempting to finish this already. I'm like, all right, you already know this match about to be over soon. They'll kick out maybe one finish to each, and that's it. Yeah, let down though, because we know what Becky Lynch could do in that ring.
Yeah, Becky could do a whole lot more, and same with AJ. They just
Same
didn't
way,
get the proper
yeah.
time. Yeah, like it's just no talent can really make a 5-7 minute match that great. I mean, there are some, but like it's WrestleMania. Like they got to be disappointed in this, and it's just a shame. But next match was the match I was probably looking forward to the most on night one: Gunther against Seth Rollins, and they got some decent amount of time. They got 15 minutes. They had a really back and forth match. It was good. Not really much complaints. It was definitely the best match, probably outside of Cody and Randy of night one. Gunther ends up getting the win, which I predicted because Gunther just isn't going to take a lot of losses right now. He's also going to be next in line, I think, to face Roman Reigns for the championship. So him taking a loss right here wouldn't have made a lot of sense. Braun Breaker figured he was going to come back. He spears Seth Rollins. There was a little bit of a botch on the spear. I don't know if Rollins didn't land right or Braun just didn't connect properly. I don't know what happened, but it was just a weird hit. But Gunther gets the win with the sleeper. I do think Gunther kind of ODs a little bit with the power bombs and sleepers. That's just me, though. I feel like he's kind of relied on that a little bit too much during his matches. But all in all, I think this match was solid. Two great performers, so not really surprised they made the most out of their 15 minutes. So, QJ, what do you think about Gunther defeating Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker coming back?
Gunther, good win for Gunther. He needed that, definitely. I was like, he can't lose this match. And yeah, this was, I would say, favorite match. They said they got 15 minutes, so that's good. I mean, more time than others because we know these two can work in the ring. Gunther Rollins and Braun Breaker. Yeah, we had a feeling he was gonna come in. I think someone mad that he should have just came in later on when the match was over. I mean, I can understand people's point on that, but either way, he was coming out regardless. And Rollins, he hung in there, did what he had to do, try to get some spots off. But yeah, Gunther, he has to. I need him going back, to, pulling out more of his move set. Because the power bomb and the sleeper, that's your finishers. But like we know what Gunther could do. We've seen him in ring. Like WWE, they got to stop, nerfing these people. Honestly, because this obviously could have easily been like a 5-star match, no doubt.
Yeah, they tried to cook with the time they got. Any other company probably would have gave them 25, 30 minutes. I get it. It's not for a title. There's some fans didn't
Mm.
want this match on the card. They didn't have a story, all that other stuff. But I mean, this match could have been like all time classic. I thought it was great. I know a lot of fans loved it. I'm not gonna say it's all time classic, but it was really good. Braun Breaker, we'll see how him and Rollins' story continues to unfold. It looks like that's gonna be a feud for a minute, which makes a lot of sense. They had the vision, the turning on Rollins and everything. So we'll see how that unfolds in the next few months. So this next match was really disappointing for me as a Liv Morgan fan. I'm not gonna lie. Even a fan of Stephanie McCure, just very disappointing. They only got like 8 minutes for a women's world title match. 8 minutes on this show. I mean, and Stephanie McCure can work. She's one of the best workers, in my opinion, on the roster. She was very, very good in the Indies. She had the AEW match against Mercedes Moné that got her noticed by WWE. That match was levels above this, obviously. And Liv can work. She's really stepped up her game. She's improved a lot over the years. And this was a match I thought, going into, I was like, okay, they'll probably have 15, 20-minute match. It'd be back and forth. Liv obviously gets the win. They both show out. And it was far from it. They didn't give these ladies any time to cook anything during this match. And I was just very disappointed. Happy with Liv winning, obviously. But, man, this match was just hella disappointing. So, QJ, what do you think about this match overall between Liv Morgan and Stephanie McCure?
Liv and Vicare. Yeah, 8 minutes, 7 minutes. Come on, this is a women's world title. Like I said before, this match need to be 15, almost, 20. Couldn't really do much. They'd have maybe 2, 3 moves regular and already going for the finisher. I mean, kind of had to because the match is so short, and we know these two could work in the ring. I don't know, man. know why they didn't. They usually treat the women, obviously, better. Give them longer matches, but I don't know, man. Very, very disappointing. This is a world title, and this is WrestleMania. We had WrestleMania, and you get this. It's crazy. Um, like I said, good win for Liv. For Kara, we know how she could work, but if Liv to get a win, got it. You want to give it your all. Like, let me really show why I deserve to be here. And yeah, like you said, for Kara, she was on on the indies, stuff like that. So should be very very hard. Like, man, what a victory that was. I can't really say that. It's like 8 minutes. I mean, what a victory. Okay, but 8 minutes. It's crazy. It's like a
Yes,
slap in the face. You know what I mean?
it is, especially to her because this is her first loss in the main roster. I think by
First loss.
pinfall submission, and to have her lose that quick, it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, it's that I see a lot of fans like, oh, WWE, this show they don't care about wrestling. They haven't cared about in-ring wrestling in forever. Y'all gotta realize this. Like, this is a company that cares more about the entertainment aspect. When they had a Danhausen segment with John Cena and Miz and Kit Wilson, all of them go longer than half the matches, it shows their priorities. Yes, it was a funny segment. I like Danhausen. He's hilarious. I get it. But man, that if I was in that locker room and I saw that segment go 8 to 10 minutes, but you can't even give me a world title match that amount of time, I'm gonna be a little bit upset. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that would really get me heated.
Mm-hmm.
And these two women deserve better because they both have worked their asses off to get where they're at. Both have different journeys. Liv's been there since I think like 2014, 15. She's been there a minute. Stephanie Vercura's been on the indie scene for a minute. She really worked her ass off to get to WWE. And to have a WrestleMania match like that, it's just a slap in the face. So I wouldn't blame either one of these women. I know Stephanie Vercura was backstage smiling and stuff. I heard her say she's sorry to a fan. I don't know if that's because they were disappointed in the match. But it's WrestleMania. We've seen tons of women's classics. Charlotte, Rhea, the Io Belair and Rhea match from a few years ago. Io and Bayley. I mean, we've seen plenty of matches. I don't get why they couldn't give this match the same treatment. I don't know if it's the ESPN thing, if ESPN is just worried about ads and not performance or what, but just very disappointing. And yeah, that's all I got to say about it. But the main event did get some time. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton for the WWE Undisputed Championship. They start off with Pat McAfee coming out there. His entrance is long as hell, not surprising. He gets taken out early. Cody takes him out because Pat attacked him before the bell ring. Randy Orton and Pat beat him up a little bit. Cody ends up beating up Pat on the outside of the ring, puts him on the announce table. Jelly Roll comes out, does an elbow drop, puts Pat to the announce table, and Pat's out for majority of the rest of the match. Cody and Randy go at it. I mean, they went at it in this match. A lot of move thieves. They did move thieves. They hit a lot of finishers. I mean, the match went on a minute. I didn't have really too much complaints besides the ending, which was stupid. Pat McAfee comes out after the referee gets knocked out. Randy takes out the ref. And then he just takes out Pat McAfee, RKO's him, gets hit with the crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Cody retains. Obviously, Cody has a messed up eye around here from either the pun or the punch, maybe both. Randy ends up attacking him after the match. He punts him. And that's it for Cody. It was just a very convoluted match because some fans didn't know if Randy turned back to being face, if Cody's back to being heel, if they did a doubles turn, what was going on. It was just a mess. So, QJ, what do you think about night one's main event between Cody Rhodes and Randy for the Undisputed Championship?
I mean, it wasn't no complaints. Randy only was, like you said, injured a little bit. I don't know. They want Randy to win. But you already know they're gonna end up fighting again. And Pat McAfee, yeah, you really need to, you know, be out there. But TKO, what it about? You know what I mean? Bring some light. But I mean, match was all right. It went on for like almost, I think, like 20 minutes around there. Yeah. Saw some move thieves. You already know that's gonna get kicked out of. I don't know, man. They ain't really like. That didn't feel like a WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Main event, because it's like they ain't really. They could have. You know what I mean? They had 20 minutes. I mean, they could at least did some other moves. You know what I mean? And yeah, and that punt, Randy after the loss, that punt at the end, and you see Cody walking away. Comments was like, no selling, man. Like how he just walking up like that. Should have been on the stretcher, but like you said, these finishes don't mean nothing, and especially that nobody, you know what I mean, when you give that punt, nobody kicked out of that, obviously that move, or in general, but people getting up, he getting up, just walking
Yep,
up.
getting up like it's nothing, just walking away to his own power. Just pretty much. That's the problem with the wrestling business nowadays. Like a lot of wrestlers just don't care about kayfabe anymore. They don't care about selling much. It's just like I know the show's over, but you still have fans recording you. You still have fans there.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not getting help to the back? You literally just got punted. That's one of the most devastating things you could take in professional wrestling. Randy hasn't pulled out the punt, I don't think, in like years. And he did to Drew McIntyre, and that was ridiculous because Drew got up from it as well. Like, if you're going to not make it effective like it used to be, just don't even have him do it because it's just like that should be taking Cody out for at least a month or two a punt. Like, he should be done. You're getting kicked right in the head like that. Like, it's I don't understand it, but I didn't hate this match. It was cool. The ending kind of ruined it for me. I didn't mind the match overall. I thought, Randy was a little banged up reportedly heading into this match, so who knows how much he was able to do anyways. And I read reports that Randy was supposed to win this match weeks heading in, so I don't know if him being banged up changed plans for that or not. That was reportedly the plan. And it was also going to be Aleister Black in Pat's spot because that's been Aleister Black's whole character, trying to get in people's head, manipulate them and everything. That was going to be his kind of role. And then TKO went around and went, you know what, we need to get Pat McAfee in here to do this. So that was a TKO choice. I know the stipulation is if Randy lost, that Pat would never be in WWE again. I don't believe that's going to be the case. I just don't believe it. Half the time they don't even stay with those stipulations anyways, so we'll see. No, night one of WrestleMania was very disappointing. Just wasn't a lot to be excited about. I mean, obviously Paige returning was great, Liv winning the title, and then, some of the parts of the main event was good, but just overall just kind of a whack first night. Just didn't give a lot of the matches time they deserved, and we'll move on to night two. So Oba and Brock kick it off. A very highly anticipated matchup between two big guys, the future against the past here. And this is a match I was looking forward to. And not to say it was disappointing, because I understand some fans' viewpoint of like Oba dominated Brock. If this is Brock's final match, he put him over great on the way out. I just want to like to see just a little bit more, especially if it's Brock's final match. A little bit more. 7 minutes. 4 minutes is crazy, even for a Brock match. I understand it's Brock, and he doesn't do a whole lot. He doesn't go very long. But the hype WWE put into this match, for it to go 4 minutes to me is just kind of disappointing. But QJ, what do you think about Oba defeating Brock and this whole match in general, and Brock's retirement?
I'm glad Oba beat Brock. Definitely glad, but beat him. Brock put him over, obviously. But man, I can't get that out of my head. Almost 4 minutes. That match was over. I blinked. Literally, we blinked. That match was over. Like, yeah, and Brock, like I said, potentially retiring. He's come a long way. Come a long way. We watched Brock previous matches back then. He is that beast for a reason, but I don't know. It should have. They should have gave him at least 10, almost 15 minutes. Just let them go out and perform, man. What these guys can do, and they like I said, they hyped it up so much, and then that's the problem. They'll hype it up, but then the match just don't live up to it. Um, yeah, but other than that, I mean, go for Open Femi, and hopefully, we go from there.
Yeah, big win for him. We'll have to see what's next. I know he called out Roman Reigns in his press conference. I personally wouldn't do him and Roman yet. I know there were some fans in my comments on TikTok saying, do it at Backlash. Roman Reigns against Oba.
No.
Way too early. Maybe SummerSlam. I saw some comments saying SummerSlam. Maybe. But Backlash in a month? You want Oba taking a loss that early to Roman Reigns? I don't know about all that. Some of y'all just want to see it, not thinking about the repercussions of what it could cause, because that's a quick loss for Oba, because he ain't beat no Roman Reigns. Like, anybody
Right.
thinking that's just delulu about that. But, yeah, all in all, I mean, I get the point of the match. Obviously, you want to make Oba look strong. He no-sold to F5, which I don't like
Yeah.
no-selling that, but it is what it is with that, I guess. But he got put over. So Brock put somebody over on the way out. I give him credit. Not everybody has to do that. That's kind of an old tradition in the business. You put somebody over on the way out. Not that everybody follows that tradition. He did it. Cena did it. So all the reports about Brock not wanting to lose, I still don't know if that report is if he's wanting to lose before retirement or lose it all. But all in all, he took the loss. If this is it for Brock, hell of a run. I don't know if it necessarily is. I still think him and Gunther could potentially happen. If you weren't going to do him and Gunther, then why have Heyman and Gunther backstage pretty much having a conversation like, oh, you owe me and all this stuff. Like, we'll see. Could this be the end for Brock? Absolutely. I don't know if it for sure is, but he did do the X like this isn't a work type of thing. So we'll see. Well, so one of QJ's favorites, Penta, was in a 6-man ladder with him, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio. I gotta say, fun match. A lot of high flying action, which was neat on this show. A good pace, change of pace. Javon Evans did a nice cutter to Rusev off the ladder. We had a Canadian Destroyer. Rusev got put to the ladder by Rey Mysterio. Just a fun match that was just needed. And Penta got the win. Almost looked like Javon Evans was going to win, but Rusev stopped him. A lot of fans were behind Javon, obviously. And Penta retains the Intercontinental Championship in a fun ladder match. What do you think about this ladder match?
Yeah, good retain for Penta. Yeah, great match. Really no complaints. Went on a good amount of time. Great spots. Saw a lot of great spots. You already know this is a ladder match, so you already know ladder match is going to be a lot of good spots to hit. People were, selling. You know what I mean? Like, selling the moves. I'll give WWE that. They'll, people will sell moves compared to, AEW, stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, good. Really no problems. Rusev's had a couple attempts. Sometimes he looked like he was stalling a lot, but they got to stop doing that in ladder matches. A lot of people, when you think going to win, they end up stalling, waiting for other people to get up. But other than that, yeah, it's good though. No complaints.
Yeah, fun ladder match. For the other mid-card championship, Sami Zayn against Trick Williams. Now, I thought the crowd wasn't as loud for Trick as they should have been during his entrance. It's usually a vibe. Lil Yachty was trying. The crowd just wasn't, I don't know if they were tired at this point or just not feeling it. I don't know. Sammy was getting booed. Obviously, there was We Want Mello chants. A lot of fans still upset Mello wasn't in this match, myself included. Just short match. Didn't really go too long. I kind of expected them to have a little bit more time. They just didn't really. I think it was like between maybe 7 to 10 minutes. I don't even know. But it just didn't go very long. And Trick getting the win's obviously the right choice. This is a good move for them. Sammy doesn't need the championship. It's Trick's time. He's the future of this company. He's red hot right now with the audience. You keep riding that momentum with him and Oba and many others. And, the outcome was the right move. I thought the match should have went a little bit longer. That's really my overall thoughts. QD, what about you?
Yeah, good for Trick Williams for the win. Yeah, short match. I think it was timed. It was like 7-8 minutes. U.S. title, man. U.S. title match, and I know how that U.S. title used to be relevant. Obviously, when Cena was holding it, stuff like that. But other people too. But yeah, Sami Zayn. Yeah, crowd just was booing him because he be having too many moments. So that's the thing. Do wish Carmelo was in it. But other than that, just could have went on longer. They could have did more. Way more.
Agreed. Definitely agree. They just didn't really get the proper time, unfortunately. So next match, we got 3 more to go. Demon Finn Balor against Dom Mysterio in a street fight. Once again, kind of like the Jacob Fatu and Drew, they didn't do a whole lot. I mean, they used some tables and some chairs and stuff like that, but it doesn't have a street fight. They ain't fighting the crowd too much. They're not really. They just kind of put a different match type. And I already read WWE was doing that just to kind of keep casual fans engaged. Like, okay, let's just put match types in this. I don't even really think they cared to do the specific match type. They just kind of put the label on there. The Demon Finn has been a minute since we've seen him. He ends up getting the win here with the coup de grace to the table. Dom, I know some fans were mad he got the loss here. Oh, why is a 40-year-old guy beating a 29-year-old? Here's the thing. Dom will get his win back. It's Demon Finn Balor. Why would you not bring him back to win? Like, some of y'all saying that, like, it's literally Demon Finn. I know he hasn't been booked correctly on the main roster at times, especially with, like, the Roman Reigns match and others. But, like, this is his demon form. This is, like, him in his Super Saiyan form or whatever. Like, this is, like, him at his best. So, it's like, he should win this as Demon Finn. If he's normal Finn, then, yeah, Dom should win. So, QJ, what do you think about seeing Demon Finn and him and Dom's match here?
Wasn't a bad match. Yeah, Demon Finn, good for the win. We haven't seen that in a while, and I was hoping he did win. He did, because you remember what happened with him and Reigns, that terrible loss he took. and it's okay. Dom lost. Like you say, he'll get the win back probably as he'll beat him as regular Finn. But yeah, I mean, did a little spots, but I mean, other than that, it was cool. Wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't the worst match on the card. So next match we had Rhea Ripley against Jade Cargill for the women's championship. Went about 10 minutes. They got a decent amount of time. It wasn't the worst match on the card. I'm surprised Jade Cargill did a one-winged angel. I don't know if I like Rhea kicking out of that, but it was definitely interesting to see her pull that move out. It was definitely unexpected. Rhea gets the win here. That was my prediction. Didn't really see Jade retaining. It just felt like with Jade, they were kind of just waiting for Belair and Naomi to come back, and obviously both of them were getting ready to have a baby, so that ain't gonna happen. And Belair had the finger injury, so it just didn't really work out that way. Not really sure what's next for Jade after this loss. Rhea Hogan, as y'all like to call her, I saw a lot of Rhea Hogan comments. A lot of y'all, some people are on board with her win. There's a lot of people that ain't. They call her Rhea Hogan. They're tired of her winning. I can understand that. Really, besides Charlotte, I've seen a lot of Charlotte mentions that she could have been the one to beat Jade. There was really only two options here to beat Jade, so it made a lot of sense for Rhea to win. What's next for Rhea? I mean, maybe her and Io feud again. They teased that was potentially going to be Rhea's match at Mania. They ended up changing plans. We'll just have to see. All in all, I don't hate the outcome. It was kind of expected. QJ, what do you think about Rhea and Jay's match here?
Not a bad match. Going for Rhea. I had a feeling she was gonna win, and some was saying Charlotte should have faced her, but I was fine with Rhea. But I know Rhea been winning a lot too, but and they actually don't like each other, Rhea and Jade. So usually people that don't like each other, I don't know. To me, tend to put on the best match, but still didn't really have too much time. Like I said, everything's about time. Um, we know how Rhea could perform. Yeah, that one winged Angel's good to see that, but kicked out of that just me off a little bit. But other than that, okay match.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. So for any fans who were wondering like why are me and QJ upset that somebody kicked out, because Kenny Omega's only had like one person ever kick
Mm-hmm.
out of that move. That's why I don't like seeing Jade pull it out if they're not going to be the finish of the match. That's just a little. I know some people don't watch Omega or don't like Omega. That's why he nobody hardly. I think Hangman is the only person ever kick out of. Excuse me, his move. So that's why. So time for Cheers always likes to say the main event of the show. Roman Reigns against CM Punk for the WWE World Title. They went at it, went 30 plus minutes back and forth, moved thieves, announced table spots. They were bleeding. Somehow Reigns used the steel steps and the ref didn't DQ him. I saw a lot of tweets about that. I don't know what that was about. It's WWE doing WWE stuff. But they went back and forth. It was a WrestleMania main event. I'm not always the biggest fan of Roman Reigns' matches, but the last 2 years last 3 years I'll give Reigns his credit. He's had some good WrestleMania main events. I'll give him his credit there. He's done a lot more than usual, and they're usually pretty good. So QJ, what do you think about Reigns winning here and him and CM Punk's main event?
Reigns to CM Punk. I mean, Reigns for the win. I mean, we had a feeling in a way, and it went 30 minutes plus. That was good to see. And I was timing it. Yeah, great main event. Definitely saved night too. Definitely will say that. Fans you see was more active in the match. They did a lot of spots. In my opinion, they should just made it a no DQ match and stuff like that because ref wasn't counting when they was outside the ring. Ref wasn't really even counting. Like they giving them leeway. I'm like, just making a no D that point, just making a no DQ match. On my case, could have made just a false count anyway. They fight anywhere, but um, overall good. Didn't like the no sell Reigns did there, but other than that, they went at it though. They gave us a show. I'll say. Um, Other than that, I mean, like Rain said, right? He gonna be full time now, but we'll see from there. I don't know what's next for CM Punk, but other than that, pretty good. No disappointments.
Yeah, it was a classy main event. It was good. It seems like Reigns is gonna move on to Gunther now. which we'll see if that's his first feud or maybe a little bit after. Raw after WrestleMania is usually a pretty good show, but the way the WrestleMania went, I don't have too much hope. We'll see. All in all, to me, a fairly disappointing WrestleMania. That's not to say there wasn't some good moments, but the matches just didn't go the proper times. A lot of commercials, a lot of stalling, waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
Just I felt like a lot of the talent kind of got screwed over with this. Yes, they were on the card, but it's like you work all year to get to this moment. You only get 7 minutes on a WrestleMania match. I would just be a little bit disappointed personally.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys like and subscribe for more wrestling content. What are your WrestleMania thoughts? Comment down below. As always, appreciate the support. Peace.